How can you improve your English? First thing is, don't fear, be confident. Try to work on your English yourself, rely on yourself. And the first thing that you need to do is you need environment for English. So you can put yourself in a situation where you can have an environment that is like English speaking environment, such as you watch television, watch English news channel, you listen to radio, listen to English radio channels, you read books, read English books, read newspaper, read English newspapers. Similarly, you text, phone calls, your social media accounts, use English. And don't be afraid, be confident. Um, don't worry about making errors. It's part of learning. Then practice every day. Every day, try to speak. Every day, try to write. Every day, try to listen to English. And you can also make a plan, study plan. Like number one, you will work on vocabulary. Then you will work on grammar. Then you will work on your four skills. For example, how much time will you give to listening to BBC, CNN, Fox News, or radio channels, or watching movies, or watching dramas, or talk shows, or comedy shows. So you can make a plan, and in which you will write things in order, like your listening skill, reading skill, writing skill, speaking skill, vocabulary, grammar, writing, and then follow that timetable. And here your focus should be on four skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Listening will be, you can do listening by listening to different TV channels, by watching movies, by listening to music, talk shows. Speaking, you will have to practice. Find out some people who can speak in English and practice with them. Similarly, you can also speak about topics and record yourself and then listen to yourself. And for vocabulary, you can keep a diary or a notebook and write new words that you want and then revise them because you will forget. Similarly, join websites. There are a lot of websites. You can join websites and subscribe to different websites. They will send you vocabulary. You can learn grammar over there. And similarly, you will learn a lot. Watch YouTube channels. There are so many good channels about English pronunciation, grammar, writing skill, reading skill. Watch them. Similarly, you can also watch TED Talk. These lectures are inspirational lectures. You can watch them. And you can also memorize some of the new words every day. Try to learn 5 words by heart and then use them. And similarly, you should check your biological clock. Some people study well in the morning, while others in the evening. You check which time is the most suitable time for you, where your memory is at its peak. Similarly, when you study, give breaks. It should not be like continuous study. You can make your timetable in which you study, and you also have some break time as well. Your goals should be short-term goals and long-term goals. Uh, your long-term goal is to be fluent in English. Your short-term goals can be like in first 1 week, I will learn 100 new words. I will learn tenses. I will learn active and passive voice. So uh, make your plans, long-term goals and short-term goals, and focus on working on those goals towards those to achieve those goals. And similarly, you should also know which thing, like keep a check on yourself and see which thing is working for you, like movies, talk shows, radio channels, reading books, whatever works for you, focus more on that. If you're learning more from reading books, read more books. If you're learning more from listening to TV channels, listen more. Similarly, you must have somebody to check, to guide, to motivate you as well. So surround yourself with people who motivate you. And similarly, you can also read young children. If you have young children, read their books and teach them English. Newspapers are very good. Try to read newspapers every day. Make it your habit. And breakfast, you'll have to read newspaper. Best English newspaper you should read. And if you find an English teacher, take help from that English teacher as well. Use English wherever you are. And you cannot just learn English from books. Make it part of your life. Live it. Then you will have to work, once you think you're improving, then try to work on your pronunciation, like how you pronounce words. Similarly, you can join social media. On social media, there's so many groups. Join those groups where there are more English speakers, and you can communicate to those people in English. Similarly, there are so many WhatsApp groups as well. You can also join those groups, and you can improve. You can make some cards, write new words, and keep them in your pocket, or you can use your cell phone. Now, on cell phone, there's so many apps. You can go to those apps, download those apps, and use them. Work on parts of speech, noun, verb, adjective, and how they are used. Similarly, idioms and phrasal verbs. Every day, try to learn some idioms and phrasal verbs. Use of article, that's another problem, especially if you're living in Eastern Hemisphere in the subcontinent. Here, Urdu language, for example, local languages, Eastern languages, they don't have proper use of article. So you can work on the differences between our language and the English language and try to summarize sounds. For example, V sound and W sound. In Urdu, there is only one vowel sound. But in English, there are two, W and V. Work on these differences as well. And English language is like the place where you study that should be comfortable, where you have internal peace and external peace as well. So language is like art. It's not like physics, math, or chemistry. You have to learn it, and then you will have to practice it. The more you practice, the better it is. So let's start. Good luck.